Where is he? Where's the man I detest? Where's the man I hate there? Hi guys, and welcome to this week's vlog. It's a collaboration stroke interview. In other words, it's an interview video that I'm doing with this man behind me here. He's a superstar in the world of rock climbing and mountain climbing and hill walking, and he agreed to let me interview him on his patch. That means if I walk with him up a mountain, he'll let me interview him. Now I've got to be honest. Hang on. This is Murray, everybody. Murray Wilkie. You might know him as Scotland's Mountains, is that right?
Yeah, sometimes, occasionally known as that.
Okay, right.
I'm known as lots of other things as well.
I've called you a few other things already this morning.
Yeah, not as bad as my wife calls me though. It's quite pleasant. I'm used to a lot worse.
Well look, let me tell you, when we drive around and you're looking for landscape locations, and you'll pull up at an amazing landscape location, I have this excitable urge to have a wee. I don't know why. This is genuine. This is absolutely genuine, by the way. We only just discovered that recently. You'll pull up at a place and you think, oh wow, this is awesome. Oh, I need a wee.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? Well, I'm with you this morning.
Yeah, yeah. And someone else, is it?
Nothing.
Nothing?
I'm feeling nothing.
I thought you were going to go for a number 2.
No, my... Surprisingly, I don't have an excitable wee in my body. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's to do with...
jagged.
Climbing that mountain up there.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is Murray, everybody.
It's gonna be a good day. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna have fun. It's gonna be good. We can see the top of the mountain. That's a plus point, you know.
Yeah. Can't we just talk from here? Because if I can frame it so we get the top of the mountain there, and I can just ask you a couple of questions and then go home.
Yeah. Take the drone up. We'll be fine.
Oh yeah. Murray's doing some B-roll, and on his footage he's making it look as if we're both walking up the mountain at the same time. Well, I'm glad we're here.
That's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a good walk.
Fantastic.
So
yeah,
a couple of questions and we'll head back down again.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, we're nearly there. I mean, that's the summit just there. I mean, it's only another, I don't know, 400 or 500 metres. You'll be fine. It's great.
Yeah, but we don't have to go to the summit, do we?
No, we're not. No, in all seriousness, the summit of this hill is there's a tricky step right before the true summit, which is
that one there?
Yeah, it's a tricky step.
Just there.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's, if you've not got a head for heights, you can get to there's lots of tops you can get to, but if you want to go to the true top, then you need to be a bit careful.
A bit of a scramble.
Yeah, I don't think we'll go up there today. It might be a bit icy. It's a bit.
Can you do it at your skill level?
Yeah, I've done it. It's a fairly, it's just very exposed. So, yeah. Anyway,
I obviously shouldn't have any problems at all.
Yeah.
I tell you what though, I can understand why you climb these mountains all the time. This would have been so much nicer, wouldn't it, if we were here at sunrise?
Well,
I can't believe you wanted to lie in.
Shocking, yeah.
Take a look at this view. It's absolutely stunning. Look at that. Just gorgeous. It's gone quiet now.
Yeah, you see that. You see the sun over there. You can almost see the I think they call it crepuscular rays coming up behind the clouds. So that'll be nice. If the sun comes up and that blue sky's still there, I'll be a happy chappy.
Stacking you down. This is my gear, my setup, by the way. Alright, 1 second. I'm going to do a 360 of Murray. He looks like a copper. Watch this, seriously. He looks like a copper. Hang on.
Stand like this now.
Yeah.
Now then. Seriously. I don't know what to say that now, is it?
That's it. I'm going to do a 360. Do me a favour, let me stand still and you just turn around.
Alright. Put away.
Yeah, put it away. There's all this gear. Sponsored, and more sponsored. I know Murray's game. He keeps stopping to shoot some B-roll. But I know his game. He's using that as an excuse to have a break. Wherefore, I'm ignoring him. I'm just carrying on. I'm just plodding on. Oh yeah. Like a jog a bit, Gaz.
Easy.
It's simple, isn't it?
Before breakfast.
What do you reckon, Gaz?
Before breakfast. Oh, quick run.
Spin around there.
Quick round before breakfast, easy.
I don't know who I'm interviewing now. You all know Gary. This is Gary, my
Lucky. Scout.
yeah,
PA.
PA. Scout.
PA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Generalised.
Bottle washer.
Yeah. Walking buddy.
Yeah.
Before anybody gets any ideas. Not that there's anything wrong with that, by the way, because it's 2020. We're very PC nowadays, aren't we?
We are, very.
Just to show it. Let's have a
2001.
cuddle.
Yeah, it is. Bud, come here, son. Buddy, come here. Bud, come here, son.
Some high-tech photography on my...
Are you stopping again?
Yeah.
So all that gear and you're taking pictures with your bloody
We
iPhone.
have to go to the top.
Come on, Murray! Murray, come on, you can do it! Guys, give him a push and I'll give him a pull.
How many bottles of whiskey did you throw down the front last night?
Once again, Murray stopping me from walking up this mountain just so he could take some damn B-roll. He doesn't know how much that's really upsetting me. I'd rather just, you know, horse on. I'm absolutely knackered. The view from here is just delightful. Now it's awkward for you guys to see that, especially if I spin around there, because that's obviously where the sun is. But what we're seeing is the light coming up through the two mountains there, and we got two loch down there, or well, I'm not sure where. When does a puddle become a loch? How big does a puddle need to be? But anyway, it's a big puddle or a small loch, but either way, mirror-like, and we're getting the reflections of the mountains in the background. Just delightful. Oh, I can understand now the attraction. Climbing mountains, no, but I understand the attraction of being on top of a mountain, because you're not getting landscape pictures like this in guidebooks. You're not. I need to do more of it. I need to get myself fighting fit and do more of it. But you're never too old. Being old or saying you're too old is just a silly excuse. The weather report as well this morning was horrendous. Storms yesterday. I might have knackered two cameras. Not one, but two cameras during the storms yesterday. One of them is my 1DX. Wave came and I don't think it knocked the tripod over. I think it just sunk the sand the tripod was on, and it went over, and it's not firing up now, so I'm pretty gutted about that. But yeah, the weather report was meant to have been horrendous this morning, but God, it couldn't be any better if it tried. There's no breeze. I've got a lav mic with me. I don't even need to plug my lav mic in at the moment. Maybe at the top when I actually get a chance to talk to Murray, which I'm very much looking forward to. So, definitely for the record then, since that you asked me to interview you on your patch, if anybody else out there wants me to interview them, any confectioners maybe, Anybody owns a fish and chip shop, if you want me to interview you, I'm your man. No, thanks for accepting my invitation.
No, that's fine.
We hooked up a while ago, didn't we? And we tried to make this happen a long time ago.
It did, yeah. It must have been 3 or 4 years ago we tried it, and
yeah, absolutely.
It didn't happen. It was, I think it was Glencoe that time, wasn't it? You were in Glencoe, and I couldn't make it up, unfortunately. But
and I think you dumped me for somebody else. I can't remember who that somebody else was, but I think you dumped me for somebody else.
No, I don't know any. You're the most famous photographer on YouTube that I've ever met.
Well, just the most famous, yeah.
Or most famous person I've ever met, Gary. Yeah. I've no idea who you're talking about now.
Yeah, I know. Brilliant. Okay, well, right. Okay, just a couple of questions then. Well, first one. Look, I've got to ask you, why? Why do you do what you do?
Right. Have a look around you now. Right now. No. Look at this.
I thought that would be a burning question to ask you, and you turn up and the answer's just here, isn't it?
Yeah. You can't see it behind the camera, but the views. It's the view. It's everything. I mean, you do. I think with the hill walking, you get a wee bit of exercise, but primarily for me, it's just getting out there. And sometimes I like companionship. It's great today having some company, and other times I like being out by myself and the solitude. But yeah, the views you get, it's a bit disappointing sometimes when there's no views. But today's been worth it, and you know those, you know, maybe 30% of the trips that you actually get views, it makes up for the other, you know, 70% when you see diddly squat.
Is there any time when you're sat in the car, ready to head off, knowing that the wind, the rain, it's cold?
Good morning. It's going to be a particularly windy and wet day today with 2 yellow weather warnings in for us. We may see some localised flooding and travel disruption. As we see here, this persistent rain moving in from the west, strong to severe gale force for the Western Isles and Northern Isles and the West Coast. And as the afternoon progresses, this band of particularly heavy and persistent rain moving through. Temperatures are on the mild side, but it will be a windy day for all. Now this evening tonight, that rain will become more showery, perhaps windy.
I don't know if you can hear that. It's absolutely pissing it down. Yeah, all the time. All the time, especially in the winter when it's blowing a
Shall I, shan't I, shall I, shan't I?
Well, I know I'll always do it because once I get going, it's fine. But there, you know, especially if you've driven a long way in a nice warm car, like it's super warm and you're thinking you can hear the rain battering off the windscreen. And you just think, oh, this is going to be a bit of a struggle. Especially when you have to, before you get your waterproofs on and your warm jacket, you're kind of struggling and you're getting wet, but it's usually worth it.
But you said last night you were disappointed that there was no snow.
Yeah, well the forecast was, for the summit forecast for here was snow, and I thought some of the surrounding hills, which are a bit higher, would have a white coat on them. Some of them you can see there's a slight dusting. It just adds to it sometimes. I think having nice white mountains adds to the views, and yeah, it makes it a bit more spectacular, but I'm not going to complain.
It's breathtaking.
It's been good.
What do you prefer? Do you prefer coming, you said you come on your own, sometimes you come with a friend, is it just a mixture?
Depends who the friend is. You've been great fun though, haven't you?
Today, you'd much prefer to come on your own.
No, seriously.
You have a hiking buddy though, don't you?
Yeah, so yeah, Jerry is he's a proper mountaineer. You know, he's ropes, axes, crampons, all that stuff, and he's the guy that got me into that.
Is he fitter than you?
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's a better climber. Everything
really?
About Jerry. Yeah, he's better than me. Yeah, he's a good guy, a really good guy, and great company as well. But yeah, he's in fact he's the reason that I got into the vlogging and the YouTubing, because he did vlogs. And I couldn't wait, you know, we'd go out at the weekend and I couldn't wait to see them when he put them up on YouTube. I thought, this is great, and I thought, I'm going to try this myself. And the first few that I did, they're still on the channel. If you go back and look at them, they're terrible. I think I did one on a bike, and I had a wee pocket on my my jacket, and I had the iPhone or the phone at the time, it wasn't an iPhone, just sticking out the top. And I thought, that's good, the camera's just out the top. It's terrible. It's terrible, but you live and learn, and it's just good fun, isn't it?
Is there any rivalry between you?
Between me and Jerry?
Yeah, you know when you're walking up a mountain and you're having a chat and then you get closer and closer to that summit.
Not with Jerry. Jerry's, you know, as I said, he's far superior to me, especially when it comes to climbing.
So you know your place?
I know my place. Any rock climbing that you see me doing, you'll notice that I'm seconding, because Jerry's done all the hard bits and then he's pulling me up. People that rock climb know there's a big difference between leading and yeah, coming up as a second. I'm a very good belayer. That's when you're.
Is that the technical term?
That's it at the bottom, belaying the person up. But yeah, there's no rivalry there. Sometimes I mean I used to go out maybe with some other people and it'd be like it's almost like a race up the mountain. It's like, oh God, come on. But I prefer the slow and steady and just not. There's no point tiring yourself. It's not a race, you know. What's the point of coming up and being absolutely knackered just because you want to try and race up to the top and you're out of breath when you get to the top? I just like to take in the views and the scenery and all that sort of stuff. I don't think I answered your question, did I? What was better, solitude or companionship? As I said, it doesn't. Yeah, both depends. Yeah.
Let's talk about your photography. Well,
Right.
you've said quite a few times,
Yeah.
admittedly, that
I'm not a photographer.
yeah. But then you look at your website and the pictures that
Some
you
nice
take
picture.
are stunning. So
Yeah.
you know, there's got to be a point where you've got to say,
Yeah.
well, do you know, to be fair, I'm not a bad photographer.
I let other people decide on that, but I enjoy. I do sometimes. Occasionally, I do go out and I think I want to go and get a picture. I went to we were talking about this last night in the cottage. There's the famous old Buccleuch of Moor. I've been trying to get a picture of that with the mist underneath it for years and years and years, and I managed to get it a few months ago. So that trip, I'd specifically gone out. You know, it's a hike as well. You know that you're hiking up the hill, but I was thinking I need to get this. I'd like to get the shot, and I got it. But 99% of the time, my photographs are taken when I'm on a hike. I'm not out to take a picture. I don't tend to use a tripod very often unless I'm camping and I've got a bit of time for sunsets or astrophotography. As you saw, I've been using my phone as well. I
Sure.
take a lot of shots with my phone. I think some of the best shots I've taken have been with my phone because it's so handy. It's just out and, you know, like today there's shafts of light coming through. Sometimes that can just be very fleeting and it's easier just to go quick snap. So yeah, that's why I don't class myself as a photographer. I'm more of a hill walker that enjoys taking photographs. Maybe.
Is there any thought that goes into taking your photographs though? Because it's all too easy when you look at a place like this, just simply to pick your camera up and really document. You walk up here by taking pictures, or do you get up here now and think, well, that would look good in the background, let's complement that with something in the foreground? So is your photography a bit more beyond just the snap process?
I think it is now. And
I know it is, but it's just...
Yeah, no. I mean, for folk watching as well, I think, to be honest with you, I think it's just over time experience. You get back and you look at something and you think, oh my God, that's terrible. It would be much better if I had the camera just a wee bit more that way. But yeah, I tend to... You learn over experience. Oh, that'd be a good shot. I can see us walking up through into the frame, or that Lochan's behind us and the mountains there, and yeah, that'd be quite nice. And I think just over time, and I suppose it does. I mean, we had a good discussion last night about a photograph I showed you, and I was like, I don't follow in, and you're like, well, that's the rules of thirds.
Yeah.
So I think that does. You do learn. Oh, what is a nice photograph?
It might be there naturally.
Well, I think just over time looking at photographs, and that's actually worked, and it does fit into you read books about landscape photography and you've got the leading lines and the simple stuff, and you think, well, actually that is what makes a good photograph. So.
Now, Murray is too modest to actually say how good and how fine his photography really is. And I thought, how could I include some of Murray's pictures onto this video? Should I just play one or two of the pictures in the background? But that really wouldn't do Murray's pictures the justice that his images really deserve. So let's just take 2 minutes out from this conversation and just admire some truly fantastic photography. You've just recently bought a new camera. What camera gear are you using?
Yeah, so I have always used Sony's, mainly for the videoing. When I started 10 years ago, I had a wee compact Sony and it was great.
10 years ago.
Yeah, it was great. And then I got my first interchangeable camera was the Sony Nex 7. Loved that camera, absolutely loved it, and it got battered around the place. I just had a kit lens with it, and I also had a 55 to 210, I think it was, lens, which I'd very rarely used. But yeah, this will might be quite pertinent to your viewers who have just watched your last vlog. My camera fell over in the tripod. Idiots that do that, innit? Imagine leaving your tripod in a position where it might fall over. Anyway, my Sony Nex fell over. I was actually summit camping with another YouTuber, a guy called Ray, nice guy, and I did use some gaffer tape to stick it together. But when the screen started falling off, I thought I need to get a new one. So the camera I've got is a Sony A7 III,
right? Which
is, I must admit, it's been great, and I use it more, as we discussed. I actually use it more for film footage than for taking pictures. And I've got a 1.4 24mm lens.
But you've had some of your work published as well, haven't you?
Yeah, so yeah, there's a magazine called the Scots Magazine of...
I like how you say it as if it's nothing. I don't consider myself to be a photographer, but I've got a high-end camera now, a real high-end camera. Oh, and guess what? I've had loads of my work published in magazines throughout the world, but I'm not really a photographer.
No, there's not been much. To be fair, it's when people have come to me. I've not tried to approach them saying, do you want to use this? They've always...
Oh, even better. Even better. Murray, can I please use your work, please?
I just wait for them to come to me, you know. No, that was lovely, actually. The Scots Magazine used it. A lovely shot of the cooling from a wild camp I did.
And it's a stunning shot as well.
It's a special shot as well.
Yeah, very special.
It's a very special shot. We, as I said to you, my mum passed away a couple of years ago, and she'd written me a letter before she passed, and I thought I'm going to keep that until I'm on top of a mountain and I've got perfect conditions. And it would have been a few months after she passed, and it was a summer. In fact, it was the summer of 2018. That stunning summer. And I thought, this is it, I'm going to take it up, and I went up to the summit in Glencoe and read the letter, and the sunset was stunning, and I just got that shot, and I was with the zoom lens as well. So it's not one of the, I've never seen that shot before, and I don't think you'd get it unless you had those conditions with the haziness in the lens, and that was a special trip.
That was a cracking video, by the way. Yeah. Really, really good vlog.
Yeah, I think out of all my vlogs, that's the one I'm most proud of. I think.
Yeah.
Because
it's from the heart. That was.
It's from the heart. Yeah.
Yeah, it must have been quite tough making that one. I'll put that.
Yeah. My best vlog until now. You know, my best vlog until now. Obviously,
until now, obviously,
the one with you. That'll be.
No, but I'll put a link to that vlog in the description.
Yeah.
Because it's really good.
That's a special one.
Let me just ask you another quick question as well. Probably a really stupid question. What classifies a Munro? You mentioned Munros quite a lot. For people who aren't into hill climbing or rock climbing, mountain climbing,
I don't know about it. Yeah.
What's a Munro?
So it's funny you should say that, because there's lots of mountains round about us. I mean, we're literally
but you pointed
covered.
out certain ones were Munros and certain ones weren't.
I was going to say there's very few Munros round about here. This is one of the most stunning areas of Scotland. Yeah, there's two Munros in Assynt. There's Benmore, Assynt, and Conival. The rest of all these spectacular mountains are Corbetts or Grahams, and this one here is
Corbetts or Grahams.
So yeah, to answer your question, a Munro is a mountain that's above 3,000 feet, which is about 914 metres.
Scotland?
In Scotland.
Okay.
Yeah, and a Corbett's between 2,500 feet and 3,000 feet. And there's different classifications.
So obviously where we are now, this is obviously a Munro, isn't it?
It's a half Munro.
So I'd have to walk twice as far?
Well, yeah. And we started about 100 metres above sea level, so yeah, it's not great.
Wow. It is spectacular though, absolutely.
It's lovely.
Spectacular.
Yeah, so that's it. You get a lot of people that go up the Munros and maybe don't come to places like this because it's not a Munro, and they're missing out. I think some of the best mountains are non-Munros. Yeah.
And we've met two lovely guys from Belgium.
From Belgium, today. Yeah, up here enjoying it. Yeah.
They're waving, but they're not on camera.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it's been good. It's been a great day. So
and also because you're a man who knows everything. When does a puddle become a loch?
Oh. Well, I think
I asked him earlier and he said to me, don't ask me that on camera.
Square meterage is 97.55 to the power 3.
All you need to do is just sound convincing and people will believe you. Seriously.
I think your followers would be straight on it going, he's speaking rubbish. Yeah,
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. They'll be all over it like a rash.
But
you rock climb as well?
Not as much now, but yeah, do a bit of mountaineering with Jerry again, climbing, and it's good fun.
All of a sudden, coffee has magically appeared.
Just appeared, yeah.
Would you like to share my coffee?
I'm fine.
You should get warm hands.
Yeah. Did you bring a straw? We need 2 straws, 3 straws. We could just be soaking it up, you know. But,
where have you not climbed that you'd like to climb, or where is your favourite climb? You've mentioned before you like this one. I think, to be honest, you're just humouring me.
No, seriously, this is one of my favourite mountains. It really is. I did it. In fact, where the cameras are sat, that is where I pitched the tent. I did a wild camp up here and had one of the most amazing sunrises that I've ever had. And you know, this is one of my favourite mountains because you've got the views. And if you do go further up to the summit, you've got the scrambling, easy scrambling, you get hands-on. The interest is kept the whole way. It's got a bit of everything, this mountain, and it's right up there. It's probably one of my favourites. And anywhere north, in the UK, I would like to go down to Snowdonia, but
bucket list in the world.
In the world.
What about Everest?
No,
not
interested.
Interest you?
Too busy.
Really?
Have you seen some of the photos of the queues?
Yeah.
Too busy. I wouldn't mind trekking. You know, I wouldn't mind trekking. Just basic trekking in the Himalaya or maybe in Patagonia. But nowhere. I'm very biased. I'm very, very fond of Scotland. Nowhere. I've been to the Atlas Mountains. We did Toubkal and a few of the surrounding peaks there, and we go to the Alps every year, and it's beautiful. But the thing is, like the Alps, for instance, big jaggy mountains, very impressive. But you don't get the views, the sea views you get from here. You know, there's no sea. It's a landlocked country. Yeah. You've got the jagged mountains. The thing about Scotland, it's very varied. You can go to the border hills and get the rolling hills there, up to the Cairngorms, the big clefts in the plateau, and then up here to Assynt, these sort of freestanding mountains. We're very lucky to live in an area where there's so much diverse
I think this
landscapes.
is, when you look around here, it's very High Chaparral-y. Can you remember High Chaparral?
No.
I was going to say for the older folk. No, it's very cowboy, way out west.
Yeah.
It's that, you know, just that mountain there, for instance, you can imagine, you know, cowboys going past on horseback, maybe not. Oh, look, rainbow.
Yeah, it's lovely. It's the land of the rainbows here. You do
rainbow,
get...
that means it's going to rain.
A wee bit of rain somewhere.
We had a conversation last night about a picture that you took, and then you look behind you and you saw that what you classified as a red rainbow.
That was here.
Right,
this was on the summit. So the sun was coming up over here and the sky was amazing, and I was setting the cameras up and what have you, and I turned round and there was a rainbow. It was a red rainbow. I'd never seen anything like it. So yeah, that's a normal rainbow. That's just par for the course. Yeah, boring. I'm not
so
too
nowhere
bothered.
in the world then, no? Just
I'd like to go some places, but I just always find when I come back I'm more excited. I'm more excited about my trips in Scotland than I am. I don't mind. I do enjoy going to the Alps and the climbing. It's really good, but it doesn't excite me as much as going on a wild camp on the top of a mountain. I just love that. That's my probably favourite activity, is the wild camping. I do enjoy that.
Let's talk about your YouTube channel then.
Okay.
It's a phenomenal YouTube channel and doing really, really well. I'm only grabbing you now before you start bolstering past my numbers. But yeah, 25,000 subscribers is absolutely phenomenal, really. It's an amazing achievement.
Yeah, it's taken a bit of time though. As I said, I can't remember how long I've had it. Years and years and years and years. But the videos evolve, don't they? They kind of start off and you learn what works and what doesn't work, and you kind of try and keep to the stuff that works, and people start to watch them. And
but I also envy you for not trying to bolster it as well by doing videos that you're not comfortable doing. You're literally building your YouTube channel by doing what you like doing.
You
know, no clickbaity stuff really to talk of. I know we all do little tiny bits,
sometimes there's wee bits,
but lots of people just tend, because they realise, oh, I can build my YouTube channel much quicker that way, I'm just going to do nothing but, and you're not. So what we see from you on your YouTube channel is you literally doing what you do and thoroughly enjoying it.
Yeah, I think I've always said that it's always going to be like a diary to look back on. We talked about this again. When I'm an old man and my grandkids are coming in, I can say I did it and I've got the proof, you know, and I can maybe go back and watch them at some point.
No, it's a good body of work.
Yeah, there's a fair bit in there now.
Could you do this full time?
Nah, I don't think so.
Really?
I really enjoy the job that I do. I do enjoy it. I do enjoy it, and I just don't think at the moment. Maybe 10, 15 years when I'm thinking of retirement. You know, it's something that I can maybe fall back on. Give me a wee bit.
Is it just escapism? Is that a word? Just
Definitely.
to escape.
I do enjoy it. That's another reason. It takes your mind off. You know, life is so fast nowadays.
Is it the wife? Is it? You can be honest. She doesn't watch.
No, she doesn't watch.
She doesn't watch YouTube.
Yes,
You can say what you want. Definitely the wife.
It's definitely the wife. No. But no, it does. It takes you away from the pressures of your 9 to 5 job, and when you're on the mountain, you're just thinking about the mountain and getting to the top, and yeah, that's essentially.
Everything else in life just goes by the wayside.
Yeah,
which
exactly.
is fantastic. Let's just ask you just a quick question, because I know you've got to get off. Sponsorship, going to put you now in a dodgy position. If a sponsor could come and sponsor you, who would be your number one sponsor?
Oh God, that's.
You wear a lot of rab.
No, I was thinking more like Range Rover or Ferrari.
Yeah, because of course, you're going to get a Ferrari up here, aren't you?
Exactly. Not bringing that 4x4 Ferrari then. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I do wear a lot of rab, but you know, it's we've got Jotner trousers on. I've never been approached, so who knows? I'd have to think about it. There's been a few. It wasn't clothing brands, but yeah, I don't see why not. I think if you're doing it and you're able to pay for some of it. It does cost a lot of money once you get all your gear and even the hiking gear, and if people enjoy it. I know some people don't like it when people get sponsorships, but essentially it helps the channel progress. But yeah, I'm not in that position yet.
do you find vlogging helps not so much helps your YouTube channel or helps your photography per se, but it almost makes a demand on you to go out now every week. Maybe sometimes you're thinking, I need to stay in, but all of a sudden, but that means I won't put a vlog out for 2 weeks.
It's an excuse sometimes to go out, and I think there are a few sort of Sunday vlogs I do from the office.
An excuse to go out and do this and see this.
The thing is, this is far from home, but I've got like, last weekend I was just at a hill, half an hour I can get to it. So sometimes it's not as hard. But yeah, there is those pressures, and I do sometimes do a Sunday vlog from the office. And I think if the pressure does come, I might just cut them out and put them into the weekday, because they are a lot easier to make, because you're not having to trek up a mountain.
The last question. It's always a dumb question. The last question is always a dumb question. You've just won the lottery.
Yeah.
Would it change your life doing anything like this? Would you do more of this?
I'd do more of this. Would
you travel around the world doing this, or would you still? You're a proper Scottish lad, aren't you?
Yeah. I'd get some cottages here, there and everywhere. I'd also have a top of the range camper van, like the best of the best. I'd just be out here all the time. I'd be doing more of this.
I reckon you should invest in a camper van yourself. Maybe buy one this year. You've waited long enough. Maybe you should buy one.
Words of wisdom, I think.
Right. Well, that's it. It's been fascinating. I'll wrap it up there because I know you've got to get off. But well, first of all, thank you for accepting my invitation. Secondly, thank you for for letting me see a part of the world I would never ordinarily have seen.
Well, hopefully you get some nice photographs, and the light just now is it's come back, isn't it? It's absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
I'll need to get cracked on. Back to the family. Thank you very much, Gary.
Murray, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much, yeah.
May our paths cross again.
Absolutely.
Cheers, mate, thank you.
Let's go.